The 23rd of May 2018 T 17 hours 51 minutes and 39 seconds 160 Henrikh Mkhitaryan hopes Unai Emery brings new tactical ideas and spirit to Arsenal after the Spaniard's appointment as the Gunners head coach, writes James Benge. The 46-year-old Emery was today unveiled as the successor to Arsene Wenger, albeit with a more limited remit than the Frenchman, having signed a 3-year deal at the Emirates Stadium. The new manager was only given the green light by majority shareholder Stan Kroenke on Tuesday and as such had not had the opportunity to introduce himself to his new players before being presented to the media. At his introductory press conference, Emery vowed to bring a love of possession and very intense pressing to his Arsenal side next season. Mkhitaryan is ready to embrace a new approach. I still haven't had the opportunity to meet him, he told Gavaro News. We didn't have time to talk to each other. I hope he will bring new tactical ideas and spirit to Arsenal, and I hope he will succeed. I haven't talked to my teammates about him. I would like to meet him. Everyone in the club is a professional. Everyone knows what he should do and what he is expected to do. Emery's arrival comes less than 2 weeks after Wenger brought the curtain down on over 2 decades in North London in emotional fashion. Not only players, but the staff overall were sad, Mkhitaryan said of Wenger's exit. It's not that easy to handle the exit of a man who was managing the team for 22 years. Can't imagine how everyone was amazed by the atmosphere he had created. If he had decided to stay for 10 more years, no one would have been against it. The 23rd of May 2018 T 15 hours 20 minutes and 25 seconds 450 Unai Emery expects to only make minor changes to his Arsenal squad despite challenging them to re-establish themselves as a force in world football, writes James Benge. Though Arsenal only finished 6th this season, they do not have the funds to conduct a major overhaul of their squad, with around £50 million available to Emery before any sales. The Gunners are expected to target reinforcements in goal, central midfield and at least one new central defender, but will have to be prudent with their money. First on the agenda of Emery and the trio who appointed him, Ivan Gazidis, Sven Mislintat and Raul Sanllehi, will be securing the futures of midfielders Aaron Ramsey, out of contract in a year's time, and Jack Wilshere. Emery was at pains to point out he believes in the players who are here, but asked directly about Wilshere, whose contract expires at the end of the season, he insisted he would only speak about the team in generalities. I want today to speak about the team globally, he said. I don't want to speak about individual players today. This team is big, in terms of quality, big players, good players. We think we need to change a little, in terms of players. Today I want to work. I want to speak globally for the squad. Regardless of Emery's reluctance to discuss Wilshere, the playmaker is still expected to be an Arsenal player next season. Wilshere has been offered a new 3-year deal worth around £100,000 a week, an improvement on previous offers from the club that was significantly performance incentivized. Though Emery may have been reluctant to divulge his personal assessment of Wilshere, he was glowing when asked about the role Mesut Ozil might play in his side. He's one of the biggest talents at Arsenal. I want talented players here. I want to spend time with him, and all the players. I want to speak with them about how inspired and excited I am to be here, and I want the players to feel that as well. This is a wonderful project and we all need to give 100%. The 23rd of May 2018 T 14 hours 38 minutes and 39 seconds 630 Unai Emery has challenged Arsenal to be the best team in the Premier League and also in the world under his stewardship, writes James Benge. Emery was unveiled as the Gunners' new head coach today, 2 days after receiving a green light from the Arsenal board and 24 hours after meeting with majority shareholder Stan Kroenke and his son Josh. The former Paris Saint-Germain manager is understood to have signed a 3-year contract at the Emirates and will start from a low base, challenged with an immediate upswing on the 6th-placed Premier League finish that was the lowest of Arsene Wenger's 22-year reign. He will have to improve his squad with a relatively limited budget. Chief Executive Ivan Gazidis refused to discuss the specifics of how much Emery will have to spend this season, but Arsenal are expected to have around £50 million for the summer after heavy investment in recent transfer window. However, the Spaniard is optimistic that he can push the current squad back into the Champions League and eventually compete for major honours at home and abroad. "I believe in the players we have here," Emery said. "We can grow with these players and the objective is to work hard with these talented players, to work to be a candidate for all the titles in the future. Then it's very important for the club, after 2 years outside the Champions League, to work towards this, to arrive and be the best team in the Premier League. And also the world." Emery, who won League One with PSG and 3 Europa Leagues in as many years at Sevilla, offered no guarantee that he would win silverware in his first season at Arsenal, but identified success as bringing the Gunners back into title contention. "Success would be developing, and that's about battling for every title," he said. "It's in Arsenal's history and it's in my history as well. We want to be among the best teams in Europe. I want the team to make the fans proud of the side. I know they are already, but I want to make them even more so. All titles are important for us. We can, and want to be, candidates for them. I don't promise today we will win, but I can promise you we will work hard, we'll work together, we'll work with emotion, demanding to find all the objectives." The 23rd of May 2018 T 14 hours 7 minutes and 27 seconds, 470 Unai Emery meets the Emirates Stadium turf for the first time. The 23rd of May 2018 T 13 hours 46 minutes and 1 second, 363 That concludes Emery's first press conference as the new head coach of Arsenal. Stay tuned for the full write-up. The 23rd of May 2018 T 13 hours 40 minutes and 3 seconds, 523 Ozil is one of the biggest talents in Arsenal and I want talented players here. Emery says, "I want to speak to them about how inspired and excited I am to be here. Above all, I think this is a wonderful project and we all need to give 100%. The 23rd of May 2018 T 13 hours 38 minutes and 0 seconds, 483 Emery's aim for the season is progressing. For him that means competing for trophies this season, though he falls short of vowing to win any silverware in his first campaign." The 23rd of May 2018 T 13 hours 36 minutes and 58 seconds, 220 My idea is to be protagonists, all the match. The history here is one thing, they love to play with possession of the ball. I want a squad very intense for pressing. 2 things are important: possession. The 23rd of May 2018 T 13 hours 32 minutes and 9 seconds, 876 Gazidis dodges questions over a transfer budget, insisting Arsenal will continue to run a self-sustaining budget. All the money has always been available for our manager. The 23rd of May 2018 T 13 hours 30 minutes and 2 seconds, 743 Gazidis now on what Emery can achieve. I don't think anybody believes 6th place is where a club of Arsenal's stature should be. The objective is to be a candidate to win the biggest trophies in England and across Europe. That won't be done in just one leap. When our fans see the energy Unai can bring, we'll embrace that. The challenge we have is very big. The biggest this club will face, to transition from one of the giants of the game. This is not an easy process. It's not just about the last month, 6 weeks. It's been an ongoing process for a number of years. With the addition of Mkhitaryan and Sanye, we are working in a different way than we've worked in the past. It's going to be more of a team effort supporting Unai's vision. The 23rd of May 2018 13 hours 27 minutes and 37 seconds, 666 Emery, with this talent we can be a candidate for challenging for the title. After 2 years outside the Champions League, we need to work to be the best club in the Premier League in the world. The 23rd of May 2018 13 hours 25 minutes and 3 seconds, 490 How did Emery get the job? All the meetings with the people in Ivan, the first, for me very important, was the connection. We spoke in this moment about how they want and I want to work with this responsibility together, to know my ambition, my passion, how I want to grow up. My priority with the project at Arsenal was a big responsibility. This feeling is very important. The 23rd of May 2018 13 hours 21 minutes and 26 seconds, 640 Emery is asked how big the challenge is. It is a great challenge. But in my career every year I grow up with a new challenge. For me, the challenge is a dream, my targets. To know you. Meetings have been very important for giving me all the information for the club. I want to know how we will grow up with this team. I know all the players. I want to speak individually with all the players and speak with them face to face. The 23rd of May 2018 13 hours 18 minutes and 22 seconds. 043 Emery speaks. Addressing the board and others, he says, in pretty stilted English. It was a very good meeting and conversation with him and his son. Thank you also to the chairman and the board. Had a meeting on Monday morning with them and also I feel they feel with the heart Arsenal. The conversation with the chairman and the board is very important for me. Thank you Ivan. Thank you Raul. Thank you Sven. The first meeting with Arsenal personnel, with the three-person who after 3 hours I think I had a very good feeling for us working together. We will create a new present and future Arsenal. Thank you Arsene Wenger for your legacy for all the coaches in all the world. It's reverence. I learn with him all the things in football. The 23rd of May 2018 13 hours 14 minutes and 35 seconds, 586 What distinguished Emery, Gazidis says, the chemistry between us. The 23rd of May 2018 13 hours 14 minutes and 12 seconds, 446 Gazidis confirms Emery was interviewed on May 10, recommended on May 18 to the board and was supported by a 100-page dossier. Emery, Sanyehi and Gazidis met with Kroenke Sr. and Jr. on Tuesday and flew back on the red-eye last night. The 23rd of May 2018 13 hours 11 minutes and 28 seconds, 940 Away we go, starting with Gazidis. I'm really delighted to announce the new head coach of Arsenal is Unai Emery. I know that came as a surprise, but as I said at the beginning of the process, those who know won't speak and those who speak won't know. We formed a three-person committee led by me and supported by Sven Mislintat and Raul Sanyehi. We had some clear criteria. The first was progressive, entertaining football. A personality that fits with Arsenal's values and also a record of developing players, particularly young players. We looked through and analyzed on the basis that every coach in the world would be interested in this position. We don't believe there is a more attractive position in world football. We created an 8-person long list. All of those were interested. All took part in interviews. None withdrew. We made our first choice.